Chapter 10 Earth Life. The midnight woods woke up. A breeze rustled the leaves. An owl hooted. The sounds were soft but very alive. Jack opened his eyes. He pushed his glasses into place. He smiled. Morgan was still with them. He could see her in the moonlight, and her white hair was still shining. "Morgan, can you and the treehouse stay here?" said Annie. "In Frog Creek?" "No, I must leave again, I'm afraid," said Morgan. "I've been gone from Camelot for a long time." She handed Jack his pack. She brushed his cheek. Her hand felt soft and cool. "A bit of moon dust still on you," she said. "Thank you, Jack, for your great love of knowledge." "You're welcome," said Jack. Morgan tugged on one of Annie's braids. "And thank you, Annie, for your belief in the impossible." "You're welcome," said Annie. "Go home now," said Morgan. Jack smiled. Home was Earth. That bright, colorful world where everything was alive and always changing. "Bye, Morgan," said Annie. She started out the tree. Jack looked up at Morgan. "Will you come back soon?" he said. "Anything can happen," said Morgan. "The universe is filled with wonders. Isn't it, Jack?" He smiled and nodded. "Go now," Morgan said softly. Jack followed Annie down the rope ladder. He stepped onto the ground. The wind started to blow. The tree started to shake. A loud roar filled Jack's ears. He squeezed his eyes shut, and he covered his ears. And then everything was silent. Jack opened his eyes. The ladder was gone. He looked through the leaves and the branches in the giant oak tree. Where the tree house had been was only moonlight now. "Bye, Morgan," he whispered sadly. "Bye, Peanut," said Annie. Jack and Annie stared at the top of the tree for a while. "Ready?" said Annie. Jack nodded. They started for home. The midnight air felt cool and moist. It was filled with soft sound of earth life. Jack and Annie left the Frog Creek woods and they started down their street. Annie glanced up at the sky. "The moon looks really far away, doesn't it?" It did, thought Jack. It was. "I wonder how the moon man came to be up there all by himself," said Annie. "Well, what do you mean?" "I mean, who helps him with his spacesuit?" said Annie. "Who helps when he falls? Who helps him get back up?" "And who was he?" said Jack. "Who do you think he was?" said Annie. "He must be a scientist or an astronaut from Earth," said Jack. "No, I think he's an alien," said Annie, "from another galaxy." Jack scoffed. "What makes you say that?" "I just feel it," said Annie. "Wrong," said Jack. "There's no proof that aliens exist." "Maybe not now," said Annie, but don't forget, we were in the future." "Oh, brother," said Jack. And they crossed their yard and they climbed the back steps. Annie tiptoed into the house and Jack followed. But before he shut the door, he glanced up at the moon. Was Annie right? He wondered. Could the moon man have come from another galaxy? Morgan's words came back to him. The universe is filled with wonders, isn't it, Jack? "Good night, Moon Man," Jack whispered. And then he closed the door. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed Midnight on the Moon. Go on an adventure. Maybe to the moon you'll travel someday and find a couple aliens. You guys have a great day.